Hey, everybody. It's Amanda again. Today we're going to talk about adrenals. But first, I need to tell you that this video is not meant to be taken as medical advice, but as a way to help you empower yourself in reading your body's own signs and symptoms and help you to see where and why things are happening despite efforts to correct the symptoms yourself. If you are tired, but you're wired, snappy and foggy, and living on caffeine and vibes, your adrenals are begging for a break. Okay, so let's talk adrenals. Those two tiny glands sitting on top of your kidneys that secretly run the whole show. They're running the whole show, okay? They control your stress response, your energy, your hormones, and your electrolyte balance, aka how you handle life in general. So, what do the adrenals do in plain English that you don't need a biology degree for? Your adrenals pump out hormones that help you wake up in the morning, respond to stress, keep blood pressure balanced, regulate salt, water, and energy, manage your fight or flight mode, you know, that kind of thing. So if you're wired constantly and you have no idea why and you're still tired, that would be a response from your adrenals, okay? But what is the star of the show lately, right? We're talking about cortisol all over the place. You're seeing it all over the internet lately. And cortisol is your stress hormone, right? Your fight or flight. It's like your internal espresso shot, but too much for too long equals burnout. So, what are some signs that your adrenals are struggling? And it's not just being tired, okay? It is signs that you need caffeine to function. And relying on your caffeine to fix your adrenals is like turning up the music in your car to ignore the check engine light, right? I mean, it's like when somebody goes to turn the music down so they can see better, that kind of thing. It's the same scenario. You want to turn up the music in your car and ignore the check engine light. Caffeine doesn't just give you energy, okay? It's actually borrowing it from your adrenals, but with interest. And trust me, when you're doing that, they are already broke. You feel tired all day, but you can't sleep at night. You're crashing by 3 p.m. You have salt cravings, like those chips, while you're sitting there watching TV. Yeah, we've all been there. I do that a lot. But yeah, anyways, dizziness when you're standing, you have mood swings, anxiety, brain fog, you're constantly overwhelmed or wired for no reason, right? If somebody just walks up to you and you're startled, that's another way. Or if somebody walks up to you and you're never scared, that's another sign. Usually when there's a problem, we go from hyper to hypo before the crash, right? So you're not even going to think that there is something wrong. Um, some clues for you in your blood pressure, aka your free adrenal check. Your top numbers is your adrenal, your bottom is your kidneys. Optimum is 120 to 130 over 60 to 70. And yes, it has been changed, but that has to do with lifestyle that's being surrounded around us now, right? So low blood pressure, let's say 90 over 60 or below, you have adrenal fatigue. If you have a high systolic number, the top number, it equals overactive adrenals. Your cortisol is spiking as well, right? If you have a high diastolic number, which is the bottom number, that equals your kidneys are backed up. And if both numbers are out of balance, it's likely both the adrenals and your kidneys need support. If your adrenals are tanking, your kidneys are too, right? They are a team. And when the adrenals crash, the kidneys can't filter toxins properly anymore, which equals more burnout. A big factor these days, right, is cortisol in cell phones. So yes, tech stress is real. Every ping, every scroll, and blue light, it hits you, it triggers a mini fight or flight, and your brain thinks you're dodging tigers, but it's just an email or a TikTok. And too much cortisol equals insomnia, belly fat, burnout, and fried nerves. It is the easiest and yet the hardest therapy for your adrenals is unplugging, right? It's crazy just how difficult that is for us to do. So, there are stages of adrenal fatigue, and this is very simplified, okay? Very generalized, very simplified for just today's video. So, stage one, you're wired and thriving, or so you think. You can't sit still, you're running on adrenaline, you've got all the energy in the world. Stage two, you're wired and tired. You feel amped, but you're exhausted under the surface. Stage three is burnout. And you crash hard, you're tired all day, you can't recover even after you've slept. And that's where a lot of people are, believe it or not. Stage four, complete shutdown. Your body hits the brakes, nothing works, you feel like a zombie, you're sick all the time, and you don't know why you can't get out of this whole um, uncomfortableness, right? So, what are some signs in the body? And this is according to regenerative health. And remember, when I say signs and symptoms in the body, it's not just one and done, okay? It's a whole process, but here are some of the things that you may notice on yourself that can help you figure it out. Hollow temples, puffiness or sagging under the eyes, vertical lines just above your brow, graying or thinning hair in the crown. For tongue mapping, you've got dry or peeled edges first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning is when you want to get your reading on your tongue, okay? If you stick your tongue out and it trembles, that could be adrenal fatigue. Cracks down the center, again, there's not supposed to be a huge indents or cracks down the center of your tongue. There's a line, but it's not supposed to be cracked, okay? As for nails, vertical ridges, brittle, or are they breaking easy? You have white moons that are disappearing. Spoon-shaped nails. So do they come up a little bit? Are they flat or are they indented? Take a look. But other than that, here are some of the things that you can do at home that are budget friendly and actually works. But what I'm going to ask you is when I give you these ingredients, please make sure you're eating organic fruits and vegetables in case you are on a detox, okay? Because if you're just adding more crap, you're just adding more stress. Okay, so adrenal nourishing foods, which are rich in B vitamins and trace minerals. You've got your avocados, you've got your bananas, you've got your beets, you've got coconut water, you have sea salt or Soleil water. It's where they mix a high concentrated salt water and then add like a teaspoon in 8 ounces kind of thing. Spirulina and chlorella, pumpkin seeds and Brazil nuts, bee pollen or royal jelly if you're not allergic, vegetable mineral broth, leafy greens, especially dandelion, nettle, spinach. Always good, yes. Dates, nature's candy. I don't like them, but I'll eat them if I feel like I'm struggling. They're definitely an adrenal food, definitely. So, yeah. Random other supports would be being asleep before 10 p.m. And I know not a lot of us are, but 10 p.m. is the adrenal repair hour, right? I try to be in bed by 9. I know I'm a party pooper, but I try to be in bed by 9 and asleep by 10, just so that I'm getting that organ repair that needs to happen. Gentle movement, like walking. Not intense workouts. They don't have to be intense, just movement, right? Sunlight first thing in the morning, at least 20 minutes, right? Deep breathing, again, deep breathing, get that oxygen into your body because none of us breathe properly anymore. And your lungs excrete about 70% of the crap in our body in that regards. Saying no. Saying no more often because you're allowed, right? Allow your nervous system to let go. Some of the herbal supports that I would recommend in this case, you've got ashwagandha, okay? It's an adrenal adaptogen, and it helps your body adapt to stress without crashing. And what it does is it lowers your excess cortisol, it calms the nervous system, and it boosts your energy without overstimulation. And this, it really helps. It's great for people who feel wired but tired or have anxiety with their exhaustion, right? Licorice root, it's an adrenal tonic and it helps preserve cortisol in the body a little longer. And what it does is supports low cortisol levels. I can't speak anymore. It improves blood pressure in adrenal fatigue, and it boosts your stamina. So this is ideal for people with low blood pressure, salt cravings, or dizziness. But this is a short-term use only, and you want to avoid this with high blood pressure. Okay. Holy basil, nervous system balancer, and gentle adaptogen. And this helps regulate cortisol. It reduces mental stress, it improves mood and clarity. So, this is going to soothe the adrenals when emotional stress is driving burnout or hormone issues. We have, I think the last one is Romania, and it is a kidney and adrenal restorative. And this nourishes kidney yin. Okay, so it's cooling, it's restoring fluids, it supports adrenal hormone regulation. And why this helps is because it's excellent for deep fatigue, dehydration, night sweats, or burnout from long term stress. Um, some of the adrenal cocktails that I use in my home, I will mix orange juice with coconut water and a little bit of sea salt. And I find that that helps as well. And these are all budget friendly things to use. There's obviously, the good, better, and best solution. It just got really windy all of a sudden. I'm sorry. But I don't want you to ignore the signs. I don't want you to not have the tools at home to be able to recognize this and get a start on this. Okay. Um, your adrenals don't scream at you and then they whisper. They'll whisper until they can't whisper anymore. Okay. And then everything just starts falling apart. This isn't just about energy, it's about your mood, it's about your hormones, and it's about your future. So if you're ready to get real with your health, I've got resources for you. Head on over to my website at AmandaForbesWellness.com and let's rebuild your energy, not just survive on fake fixes. You can feel good again. Your body is a whole and every system works together. So let's get to the root cause and let's get you moving again and feeling great. Okay? Have a wonderful day. See you again.